Okay, guys. So we are recording now, and as I said, we have to talk about. Yes, it will be shared, sir, and it will be shared on in the group also, and we all can enjoy it later also because we are going to enjoy AI for sure. That is for sure today. So AI, artificial intelligence, there's everything artificial about it, as I always say. That is, it is a big myth. AI is a myth, and human intelligence is actually the intelligence what we talk about. But having said that, a lot of things we have to consider, and we'll have to have a look at them also, right? So you know, your coach is, that is me, Anuj, and a lot of people know me. Those who don't know me, they will know me very soon. So let me not waste my time or your time also on this. You can always search me on LinkedIn also. Okay. So anyway, so we are talking about AI, and mm, mm, there's certain misconceptions, as I said, about AI, and that is what we have to see first. Okay, how it works, why it works. I'll show you practically today. You'll feel it. You'll feel AI working and what the code would be doing behind that, and you'll be doing it yourself, right? So be with me, and you'll have to follow my instructions. Whatever I say, just have to follow it. Don't use your brains because we don't require brains here. We just have to enjoy the session, right? Okay. So I have some more coming. The misconception first, we say AI is intelligent. Then we say AI will take over the jobs. It is neutral and unbiased. AI is expensive and difficult to implement. AI is going to take over the world. AI is a black box. These are the misconceptions we have, and we have to look at them one by one. AI is intelligent. It is intelligent as long as we make it intelligent. It only simulates human intelligence, right? It is still a mechanical simulation that may appear to produce some of the same results as natural intelligence, right? It may simulate, it is just simulating, right? So AI is only as good as the data is trained on. So what data we give, it trains on that. So the basic principles we follow in every part of our life, eco, that is garbage in, garbage out. If you put in garbage, you'll get garbage. So as far as intelligence is concerned, it all depends on the primary data it gets or the data it gets. And bias also, it can be biased and can be dangerous, and we'll be looking at it also. Okay. Now, as now the main question that it is going to eat up the jobs. No, it is not going to eat up the jobs. It is actually going to create more jobs. The only thing is that you have to be AI prepared and you have to understand AI. Okay. So it can automate some jobs. The automations can be there. There are certain things we cannot actually do using AI, but that is the present we can talk about. But in future, it can be there. So it is not going to take over all the jobs. All the jobs. I'm saying, warning you, all the jobs. It cannot take all the jobs. Like teaching job, it cannot take over, but it can in near future, and we'll see how. But AI is best suited for tasks that are repetitive, predictable, and require a lot of data processing. So we'll be talking about how the data is important for AI. We have been talking about data only. So what we feed in, it processes that and it gives the output. Now, however, AI cannot replace job that requires creativity, empathy, and human interaction. If human interaction is required, it cannot actually replace that, right? So whenever there is a creativity required, you need AI plus human intelligence. AI can help you in creating creativity also these days, but empathy, human interactions were required, like You are taking out the people from the demolitions, who are stuck beneath the earth and all. You need human interaction there. Okay. And then comes a myth that it is neutral and unbiased. That is the biggest myth actually people carry. AI is only as it can be used, you can say AI is only as unbiased as the data it's trained on. That is what again comes the data. So whatever data I'm feeding, it is unbiased as long as the data I'm providing is unbiased. If the data is biased, then AI is biased. So it's important to ensure that the risk of bias contained in data can be eliminated or minimized. So we have to see that it is minimized. So data filtering, you can say, it is important. And we'll be talking about that also, right? We have to admit others also who are joining late. So my co-host can help in that. Now, AI is expensive and difficult to implement. Again, a myth. It is not. It is not difficult to implement. It is neither expensive also. And we'll be looking at the tools. In these 2 days, I'm going to tell you about tools also, which you can use without knowing even a single code of programming. Even if you don't know any language, if you don't even are able to code anything, not a single line of code. If you can't write a single line of code also, you'll be able to use AI technology, right? You may not be able to create few things, but you can use the tools to create things for you. And I'll show you. And then comes that AI is going to take over the world, how it is going to take over the world, because it will be powerful. Yes, sir, it can be powerful, but it is not going to take over the world, that is for sure. It is only in the movies what we see. So it is a complex computer programs, actually, the algorithms which run behind artificial intelligence. It is all mathematics, and it is all controlled by humans. So if a human go here and there, then we can say that it can be little dangerous, but will it take over the world? It is not possible, at least in the near future, right? In the movies, definitely, you must have seen that. Now, AI is a black box. Again, a myth. Some AI systems are complex and difficult to explain. Yes, we can agree with that. They are difficult to explain. They may be complex, and others are quite simple and easy to explain. But as far as black box is concerned, it is not a black box. The designing system to address bias is challenging. Definitely, it is challenging when we, as I talked about bias, if the data is biased, AI is biased. So that is challenging, but we have to well design it. And well designed thoroughly, and we have to say AI system can limit unfair bias also. Again, we are talking about bias only, and even help us to identify and combat bias in human decision making also. So it is not a black box that is something is totally hidden what it is inside. You can actually manipulate that, you can make it run properly, and you can have it to do work you want to do and properly as you want it to, right? So AI is intelligent, but it is not as intelligent as a human being, that is for sure, right? So let's see a few more things. So what AI is doing, it is modeling human intelligence into computer intelligence. That's all. Human intelligence into computer intelligence, and we'll see it practically how it is going to do. So you have to follow my instructions after this. And for that, first, we'll do some exercise. Okay, so let's not make it dull and boring and technical. Let's enjoy it. And since it is Karwa Chauth, some people will must be fasting like me. So they must be a little hungry also. And 8 o'clock we'll have the moon, I believe. So we should not worry. We should not worry a lot. Okay, so practical example I'm going to show you, or you will feel it today, what human intelligence is and what AI is. Okay, so just have to follow my instructions, what I say, step by step, follow it. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to close your eyes. You have to close your eyes, and I'm sure you must have tasted a lemon. Everyone must have tasted lemon, lemonade. Must have. Lemonade is little sweet, but lemon, I'm talking lemon juice. Okay. So let's do this interesting exercise and see how AI is related with HR. Okay. So just follow my instructions as I'm talking. Close your eyes, take long breath. Breathe in, breathe out 3 times. Okay. Just breathe in, long breathe, breathe in and hold it and breathe out. Okay. Just do it 3 times now. Just imagine from wherever you are sitting, you're going to the fridge, which has some lemons in it. Okay. So you just walk to the fridge. Imagine, don't walk physically. Just imagine that you're walking to the fridge. Okay, just walk to the fridge. Now open the door, find the lemon where it is. You find the lemon. Okay, we assume that lemon is there. Just take one lemon out of your fridge. Now move out and move into the kitchen. Imagine your house if you're living in a hostel. Okay, now move in the kitchen, find a knife. Okay, to find a knife and cut the lemon. You have to cut the lemon in 2 pieces. Okay, so you have a lemon with you and a knife, and you are cutting it into 2 pieces. Now open your mouth, move out your tongue, and squeeze the lemon drops on your tongue. Just a few drops on your tongue. Now close your mouth and feel the taste. I'm sure you must be having the tingy taste already in your mouth and the saliva running around. Although it is, some people are fasting, but still lemon is okay. It is just imagination. And if you have observed that, just drop me a message that you have saliva in your mouth or you have experienced a tangy taste. Just drop me a message here. I want to see the messages and see how you feel it. Experienced, Ritik. Tangy taste, yes. Priyanka, tangy taste, yes. And still the taste will be there. A very interesting thing what happened just now, and I'll relate this with AI. I will be relating this with AI, and you'll be surprised how AI is so close to HI. Right? Okay. So let's see. Ah, what happened just now? Lemon turning into AI. And interestingly, I generated these 2 images using AI only. Image generator. I'll be sharing the tool with you. The name of the tool. Right before I end the session today, I'll be sharing the tool, and it is so interesting. You just have to type the text and the image comes, the one you want, right? So what just happened actually, we used HI to feel the tangy taste of lemon, right? So what you did, yes, how? Yeah, you must be thinking how I did I used HI, you used HI, but how it is related with AI. You'll see what happens in AI. So what did you do just now? You collected the data. That is, you went to the fridge, collected the data, that is the lemon. Then extracted the features by getting the lemon. You cut the lemon, extracted the feature, that is the liquid there. Then drop the drops on your tongue to give a feed to your brain. That is, you're giving a feed to the brain. Your sensors, your nerves get that drop, taste of drop. You have not dropped anything. You just imagine it and just see and got the feel. And this is how AI works. See, AI works the same way. User collects the data, scans and retrieves only the relevant data, filters it, extract the features, and the AI model works on it, and a desired result is out. This is how AI works, and this is how your lemon worked, right? So lemon also worked the same way. Your human intelligence is converted into artificial intelligence. This is how it works, right? So everything is there in us. All we have to do is to extract it, to take it out, right? Now, data. As I'm talking data, so we have to talk about data a little more today so that you understand what I mean by data. Data is can be your audio, it can be video, it can be textual data, it can be numeric data, it can be anything. Data can be anything, and fortunately, I have been able to work on almost all the data types, all the type of data, all the data types I've worked and developed a lot of things, and I'll be sharing my experiences also with you, and we'll be enjoying that too. Right. So there was one question which I had put in the group that can AI help in judiciary? Yes, it can, and I developed that 4 years back, 4, 5, even four, not even 4, 5 years back. I developed that using AI and graph database. That is a big database. We'll talk about that anyway. So we'll talk about that. It can definitely help in judiciary, and now we have some tools already there which can help in judiciary. We'll be talking about the tools tomorrow. So today I'm restricting myself to AI introduction, and some tools definitely I'll be sharing with you. What are the myths we have to clear, the doubts about AI, and what AI can do. We should be able to know that, and how it is going to take up the jobs, or you are not going to lose your job, or you're going to make more money out of it. Depends entirely on you now, right? So data. Now, let me give you some example of a person who wants to know the feedback of a mobile phone the company has launched. Let's talk about Apple. Apple 15. Okay, Apple 15. It was launched, and if the company wants to have a feedback, if a company wants to have a feedback of the consumers, what will it do? It will conduct a survey. One thing is to get a survey, okay? Or the other way is to get it from the social media, the reactions from the social media. So you can't actually put a lot of people on social media and ask them to collect the data. That is actually not possible, right? That is because there are a lot of users, and you may or may not be friend, or you may or may not be following them. So what you do, let me give you an example of Twitter, which I use normally and very frequently to collect data. And even for election predictions, I used it once, so it worked. But anyway, that is actually not 100%. So we need very authentic data for all that. Okay. But anyway, so what happens, like Twitter, and I believe a lot of people must be knowing about Twitter, and even if they have not used, they must have heard of Twitter. So people put their comments there, and their reactions and everything, and a lot of people give reactions to the products also. So what normally I would do is create an account on Twitter, then a developer account in Twitter, and then I collect the data using my code. When I collect the data, there is a lot of garbage which comes in. Garbage is something which is actually there with a lot of data. We call it noise in our terms. There's a lot of noise in that. Noise is not always sound. Noise can be in images also not very clear. And an image is not very clear, it is also noise, right? So data, when we are collecting, it is also a noise for us, because it is not required. Something is which is not required is noisy, is noise, right? So what we do is normally was first of all we scan what is required. See, we are scanning it. We are scanning what is required. First, we scan what is required. That is, I require the data for my iPhone 15. How iPhone 15 is doing, that is what is required. Then I store the relevant data. That is the data of iPhone 15 only. I'm storing nothing else, because there's a lot of data which is floating around, right? Then I filter it in the sense like there will be emojis, emoticons, there will be some numerical values, numbers, or some hashes, or some garbage abuses also are there. So I just want to filter it out, just want to have the keywords. So I'll be filtering. How we do it, we'll be talking in detail in the certification courses. But for now, just have to understand, you're having a funnel and you are clearing it. Now, this funnel actually is very important and the interesting AI tool also. I'll be talking about that on the second day, that is tomorrow. But I'll be talking about that later. For now, we just filter out what is not required, that is the noise. We filter it out. Then we extract the features. Now, features in this case, let me relate this with the lemon. Data, lemon, scanned. You scanned, actually the data was the fridge basically, and then you scanned for the lemon, and when you found the lemon, you took it to the kitchen, you cut it, filtered it, and you extracted the feature, the drops, and dropped it on your AI model, that is your brain nerves, and you got the desired result which was expected because you are trained for it. You already know that the taste of lemon is tangy, salty, tangy, and you may or may not be doing it physically, but still the brain knows that the moment you imagine that, you'll feel the tangy taste on your tongue. The mouth is watered, you know, and this is what AI works on. And you can relate this with your lemon example. The user, you are the user, data is the fridge, you scan the fridge for the lemon, you take it out, go to the kitchen, cut it, extract the features, that is the juice, and then the AI model, you put it on the AI model, that is, so in this case it was your tongue, and you get the desired result. This is what AI is all about, nothing else. So simple. And people create hype of it. AI is simple, this model, nothing else beyond it, right? But now when I talk about this, it is the AI model which is very, very clear for us as far as brain is concerned. Our brain has all the solutions, right? But AI model, we have to train it, right? We'll be talking about that later in some certification courses, or even if you want, I can give you introduction of the models we use. But that will be more technical, not today, tomorrow. Okay, so this is how AI works, right? I hope it is clear, and you can always relate your AI with your lemon example. Whenever you want to understand what AI is, just imagine about the lemon example I gave you, and you will be able to do that. Everything in AI is related with the nature. And tomorrow I'll show you a few more things and how it is related, and what important pillars are there of AI on which it is based. We'll be talking about that too, and the tools definitely. So I will not make it technical, because technical is all around. I'll give you something which is not there at all. Even if you Google it, you will not be able to find the lemon example, because I just created it. Okay. So I always have this issue when I go to the universities, and they tell me that they try to actually Google everything, whatever I teach, for first 2 days. And when they don't find it, on the Google, they have built trust in me. Okay, fine, this person may be knowing something more than Google. I may not be knowing, but I know what Google doesn't know, right? But anyway, So, okay. So the core of AI, will be talking about what is the core crux. What is the core of AI? Little technical also we have to talk about, but that is something important to understand. Okay. So as I said, AI is the algorithm that enables machine learning. Okay. Shreyansh is little late. Not an issue. Okay, so AI actually, you can see there are certain algorithms which are required to train the machine to do the work we want it to do for us, right? So, what are the cores? You can say that core of AI is machine learning, natural language processing, NLP. NLP, I'll be talking about 1 minute. Expert systems, robotics, computer vision, and narrow AI. These are the pillars, or you can say cores of AI on which artificial intelligence depends. Now, machine learning is like our brain is already trained, we know, and we have just seen with the example of the lemon that it is already trained to give the output, right? So it is already trained and we are already getting what it is. Now, machine learning actually is nothing but telling a machine to do a certain job for you. In earlier days, we used to have robots which could actually lift things, but they were more or less like microcontrollers and working. And we have Priyanka here who has already used microcontrollers, designed microcontrollers also, and she used it for her uh, mass her BTech. Uh, anyway, so we have more people here also who have used machine learning. That was actually not AI actually, but it was microcontrollers. So we'll not be talking about some technical words, but the machine learning is actually telling the computer using certain algorithms to do what we want it to do. So it is a type of AI. It enables computers to learn, improve their performance without being explicitly programmed, without needing to program it explicitly. We just put few things. And it is done through analysis of data and identification of patterns and trends. So that is where your features come into practice. Now, how did my brain knew that this lemon is going to taste tangy? Because the data was already there. The pattern was already there, right? The feature was already there of a lemon. So the feature of lemon was a lemon drop is a tangy taste, right? So when I give my data to my system and extract the features which are required, it will know how it is going to behave if I give the data properly. Data is very, very important part of AI. So algorithms may or may not work. Algorithms are simple regressions, you can say. Linear regression you're talking about. If you're talking about mathematics, linear regression, and you have AI working on it. Probability, basically, we are working on probability. So if the data is not correct, you will not get anything, even if your algorithm is okay. So sometimes it happens, we get a very, very less accuracy, and that is only because my data is not clean. So machine learning, basically, the core of AI is to train the machine, that is my system. Machine is my system, to give the desired output. See, if I put a face of a girl, I want to the name of that girl, then I have to train my system in such a way that it is able to tell me, okay, fine, if I find these features in this female, and where if there is an exact match of the features, then this girl is this. But suppose if I give a face of a girl which is not in the data set, then what it will do? It will find the nearest match and give me the data. So it may or may not, we may or may not get the exact results. Again, it all depends on the data we feed in, right? The next part, we'll be talking in detail about machine learning and all later in the certification courses. But now, let's understand this. Remember your lemon example. Now, there's no lemon here in NLP. Natural language processing is a very, very important part of AI. Like I gave you an example of Twitter data. Now, Twitter data is what? Textual data. We have some emoticons also, which we convert into text. Now, NLP is natural language processing. That is, you process the language, whichever language, and I can tell you that AI can understand up to 170 languages. 170 languages it can understand. And our brain, how many languages our brain can understand? Who can send me a message, please? How many languages our brain can understand? I just want a message from you guys. Just drop me a message. How many languages your brain can understand? Let me see. Okay. Okay. One interesting thing is about brain, it can understand any language. It is only that we are not trained to know that our brain has all the languages. NLP, actually, natural language processing, is neuro-linguistic programming also. So who have done NLP, that is neuro-linguistic programming, who know how to handle their brain, they can actually understand any language. So brain has more languages than AI. I can tell you that. Your brain is so powerful, you cannot even think of it. You think that you can understand only 5 6 languages or 8 languages, 10 languages, but it has no limits actually. Your brain has no limits. It can understand any language. But in our case, in AI, what we do is we extract the features from the AI, that is NLP. Like if you know English, then we don't need helping verbs. Brain doesn't, Kaushal sir, your brain doesn't know, need to learn this. It is already learned. We are not using that. We are using only the conscious mind. Subconscious we are not using. If we use subconscious mind has unlimited strength and features, and we'll be talking about this someday. Okay, I'll be talking, I can actually talk about that also. I'm getting a diploma in that. So yeah, I can handle that also later, but not now because I have to do the diploma first. Okay, now so what I said is, when we take the text, we take out, we don't need helping verbs. So we just remove them. Helping verbs are is, am, are, was, were. We don't require them. So words we don't require. We just remove them. Then we need the base word actually. We call it a stemming in all. We talk that will be technical. Like we said, did not, didn't. 3,000. Okay. No, you don't require that. I'll in one single line I can actually use any language in AI also, and I'll show you. Pre-trained models are there. Yes, sir. It can understand actually, but it can. The pet dogs, Professor Mann is a very senior professor, and a very, very actually is my idol. I always admire him with the core of my heart, and I'm very glad that he's there today with us. And yes, he can actually give me insights, a lot of insights, but we'll be talking on that with him. I'll be talking with Professor Man very soon on a different platform, right? So he has given me some AI projects also, and I have not done them since I was a little busy, so I have to do that also. Anyway, coming to NLP, so whatever is the features which are there required, we extract that, and the rest we remove. Now, this is one core. Then we have expert system. Expert system, I'm not sure if you guys have gone to any homeopathic doctor or any other doctor, or even if you go to some Ayurvedic doctors, you'll see that they use expert system. What they do is they feed in your symptoms, and the system keeps on telling you the combination of medicines, and they keep on telling you the combination of medicines, and it comes out finally what medicine is suitable for you. That is an expert system which actually is designed around AI, and expert system helps you find that and more. So problem specific domain, but they are specific to the domain only. Domain knowledge is there, because like medicines, it knows about medicines. Then comes your robotics, which is again very important part of AI. Now we have humanoids now, and I had asked this in the group also. Humanoids are there and very much there, and they work feel like humans, but yes, definitely the touch is not there. They can't touch, feel the touch and all, but they have some emotions, and their people are trying to put some emotions in that, and that is where people fear that it can be dangerous. But I can tell you it cannot be dangerous, because we are controlling them, right? So next one comes your narrow AI. This is an AI system. It is designed to train a complete or a specific task. Okay. So industrial robots, virtual personal assistants such as Apple Siri, they are actually Siri, we use Siri now. So that is narrow AI. So we'll be talking about the things in detail later. But for now, the core of AI is machine learning, natural language processing, expert system, robotics, computer vision, and narrow AI. Computer vision, I can tell you, has gone far. My first paper on AI was in 1990, when I presented a paper on AI. And that time, computer vision was actually a challenge for everyone, right? Because image processing data is not, as I said, is not only numbers or text. It can be an image, it can be a sound, it can be a video, it can be anything. Everything is data. Whatever comes to us is data, right? Even the wind blowing, flowers, fragrance, everything is data, right? So we get data everywhere. So data is definitely important, and for anything, for machine learning, natural language processing, expert systems, robotics, computer vision, narrow AI, everything requires data. And computer vision, actually, there is variety of images, and just see how intelligent you are. You can identify a lot of images at one go, right? You can, you have infinite images, and you can identify them. Can my system identify? It can identify that it is an object. It can build a circle around it or a square around it, and it can tell you, okay, fine, this is an object. But will it be able to tell everything? No. Till now, it cannot. And that is the challenge with robotics, right? They know that some object is there, big, small. What they're doing actually, it is they're just creating an illusion for now. And you feel that humanoids are working and all. They have been trained actually for specific size. They cannot identify everything. That is for sure, right? So they cannot identify everything, but yes, they can identify a lot of things which they have been trained on. So we have to train the system so that they are able to recognize. So vision is something challenging and interesting also, and I have worked on computer vision, and but very, very specific, right? Like identifying the crop diseases, or uh, even cancers. Even I worked on recently when there was COVID, so we developed a system on COVID also, to identify COVID before it happens. Okay, so that was AI with image processing, which I used on the lung data I collected from the net, because those days it was not possible to go out. But fortunately, there were data repositories where the data was available, because everyone wanted to research, find out the reason, and when we look at the uh, images, you'll find that eyes can identify, but computer can identify better, right? So there are few things which computers are better at. Now, as I said, there are certain tools. We'll be talking about a lot more things tomorrow. Uh, and as I said, AI tools for image creation generation. We have DALL-E. That is what I used to generate the images today. Then Midjourney is there, Flutter is there, Art Guru AI is there, Simplified I used and I'll be sharing that also. Starry AI is there, then Hotpot.ai, Adobe Photoshop Generative Fill. This is very, very powerful. ImageCreator.ai, Bing Image Creator that uses Dell A only, and even Simplified also use Dell A only. Dell E has different versions 2, 3, and all. So, but most of them are paid. So you have limitations, like I've exhausted my account of delay. And interestingly, they captured my IP address also, so I cannot log in anymore with any other account. I tried, but they are smart. So that is why they are using AI. Okay. So AI, okay. Gopal is okay. That's okay. Little late, but that's okay. Now, AI actually can be used in a lot of places. We need vocabulary of 3,000 words in natural language processing, survey state of the country speaking this. Okay, that I read. Okay. Now, what I said is that AI actually, it is not for image only generation. It can be used at a lot of places. And that is what we have to see where AI can be applied. How it is applied is actually a technical thing which I will be taking, but that will be a certificate course, right? Because that requires little technicality, and those who are not technical, they may not be interested in that. So it's okay, doesn't matter. So those who know, who can understand AI now, will be able to understand further also. And these all 10 tools I have shared with you, you can use them. You can make a note, or I'll be sharing the video later. So that should not be an issue. And you can use this and generate the images you want, or the videos. We have for videos also. All we have to do is we have to give the frames and story, basically story frames, and it will generate the video for you. Right. So AI has gone a long distance, but it all depends on what one thing, that is your data. If you don't feed in correct data, what you get is garbage. So it is garbage in, garbage out. That is what we have to see. Right. Okay. So for now, we'll be winding up today because today is Karwa Chauth, and tomorrow we may be extending a little bit more. And moon is supposed to be out soon. So with your tangy taste, we can wind up, and we'll be meeting tomorrow at the same time, same place. Okay. So for now, you can enjoy the moon with your partners. If you have partners, otherwise you can always call them on phone. Okay. Anyway, jokes apart. Uh, we'll be talking about AI tomorrow, and we'll be talking about some tools and how AI works. What are the pillars of AI, which we have to understand? Actually, pillars of AI is important, and we should be covering that. And it will give you an idea how AI was evolved. So we have seen few things today, and what we have seen today, I'll just go through it again. I'll just go back and show you again. This is what we covered today. So, talked about misconceptions of AI. Then we talked about AI is modeling human intelligence in the computer. Then practical example of Lemon, which I am sure you all must have enjoyed who were there, and how and what happened, and how we used AI. And you can see what you did and how it is related with AI, actual AI. And Then we talked about the core of AI, that is machine learning, natural language processing, expert system, robotics, computer vision, narrow AI. And then some tools. We have AI-based tools which you can use to create and generate images. You can create videos also. Right, guys? So we'll be meeting tomorrow, same time, same place. And we will be enjoying it more than anything else. And yeah, you can now leave this meeting if you want to, because we are winding up now. I'm stopping the recording.